Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne and today I'm going to share with you how to make this delicious no-bake banana split pie. The ingredients are simple and I cannot wait to share with you how to make it. Let's get started. So first what we have is our ingredients. So we have our bananas. We're going to be using some cream cheese, some Cool Whip, milk, some instant vanilla pudding, and also some pineapple. We're going to also make our crust from scratch. You ready? So with our crust, we're going to start off with using our graham crackers, and those sheets, the size of the sheets that I was showing you there, you want to use about 10 to 11 of those sheets to make your homemade graham cracker crust. Now, while I was getting my graham crackers ready, I was melting our butter for our crust. And in my bowl, I have 6 tablespoons of salted butter. So I melt the butter and then I put the butter to the side to let it cool, okay? The reason why you want it to cool before you add it to your graham crackers and your sugar is because the warm butter will actually melt the sugar and break it down, and then you're going to end up with a really soggy crust, and you don't want that. So definitely let your butter cool before you add it. So once I've crushed my graham crackers, and I just use my rolling pin in the freezer bag, I crush them really fine, and you're going to end up with about 1.5 cups to about 1 3/4 cup of crushed graham crackers, okay? So you want to have it right around there, no more than 1 3/4 cup, but in the description box below where it says show more, or either it says more, you click on that and I will have a list of all the ingredients you need to make this wonderful no-bake banana split pie. So I go on and I mix the granulated sugar, and I used 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and then we're going to go on and add that right to our pan with our butter. So that was salted butter I'm using, and that's 6 tablespoons. Once you do that, I just go on and I mix around with my little baby spatula there. I mix around the butter with the sugar as well as the graham crackers, and it's going to look kind of like wet sand as you're mixing it around. And as you're mixing your graham cracker crust and you're forming it, make sure you see kind of what I'm doing is where I take the dry graham crackers that are kind of on the outside of my pie tin, and then I press them into the graham crackers that are already moistened with the butter. And you just kind of keep doing that and repeating that process until it starts to look like this. Next, what I do is I just take my fingers and I go around my pan, and I'm kind of just pressing, and what I'm doing is I'm pressing because I want to kind of level off the graham cracker crumbs in my pie tin before I do my last press of them. And I'm also just using my left hand there just to kind of as a guide to guide and bring up those edges a little bit as well. Now, for whatever reason, if your graham crackers seem not wet enough, not moist enough, you can go on and add another tablespoon of melted cooled butter if you need to, okay? Then I take my measuring cup, or you can use any cup or flat bottom, and just go around, and you want to rotate your pie tin and press. And so what we're doing with this step is that you're packing the graham cracker all together, so that way it forms that nice crust. Now, you of course can definitely buy a pre-made graham cracker crust, but I have found that the pie just tastes so much better when you go on and just take that little extra step and make one homemade. And so I go up the sides as well, just like that, and just press. Now, once we have formed our graham cracker crust, we're going to put that in the freezer. And so I'm freezing it for about 15 minutes while we go on and get our filling ready. So I have here 1 pack of cream cheese, and this is the 8-ounce pack of cream cheese, and it's nice and soft, so you want to use soft cream cheese. And I'm going to use my wire whisk and blend really well, just like that, all around in my bowl. Now, the pie tin that I'm using is a 9-inch pie tin, but also in the description box below, if you want to make this for a crowd, and we've got 4th of July coming up right now, and this is one of those great desserts that you can definitely have for 4th of July, or really any time. But in the description box below, I will have the information if you want to make it in a 13 by 9 pan, or if you want to make it in a 9-inch pie pan. So I'll have both of those down there in the description box below. Now to our cream cheese that we were whisking, I put in a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Now once you put your 1/2 cup of granulated sugar with the cream cheese, blend that really well. You want to whip it up really good, so that way you don't want to have any chunks at all of solid cream cheese. You want it nice and smooth. Now once we've done that, we're going to go on and just set this aside so we can drain our pineapple, and we're using crushed pineapple in its own juice, so it's 100% juice and crushed pineapple, and this is the 8-ounce can. And so what you want to do with your pineapple is we're going to go on and drain this, okay? And so it's important that you drain it because you don't want your pie to end up being soggy, so you want to go on and drain off that excess juice from the pineapple. And I just kind of mix it around with my spoon. I press a little bit because sometimes even more juice comes out, but you don't want your pineapple to be super dry. Just slightly press it like I'm doing there. So once we have our pineapple is draining, I'm gonna grab our graham cracker pie crust that we've had in the freezer for the last 15 minutes. And so here it is. It is nice and firm. And we're going to take our cream cheese mixture, and that was the cream cheese with the sugar, and we're gonna go on and put it in the bottom of our pie tin. And I'm just gonna put it all over that bottom crust, just like that. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome in, and if you're a returner, welcome back. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. It is free, and on my channel, I share what I like to cook and bake for my family in my kitchen. And so I invite you to not be a stranger and go on and hit that subscribe button. So once I have the cream cheese mixture, you see kind of what I'm doing is I'm going back and forth using the back of my spatula right there. You want to be mindful that you do not want to lift up any of that graham cracker crust. And so you just want to form a nice even layer of our cream cheese mixture all around the bottom of our pie tin. And we're only going to go around the bottom. We're not going to be going up the sides of the pie. You just want to go on and make a nice even layer just like I'm doing like that. Now, once we have our cream cheese mixture is all nice and even, we're going to go on and on top of our cream cheese mixture, we're putting our crushed drained pineapple and just kind of even it out because it can kind of clump up. So you just want to kind of like even it out and kind of break up those pineapple pieces right there. You're going to put it all over just like I'm doing there. Our next layer is going to be our fresh banana. Now you're going to be needing either 2 to 3 nice yellow bananas. You don't want them too ripe, and you do not want your banana to have a bunch of brown on it. So just a nice pretty yellow banana is what you want to use. And depending on the size, you're going to use either 2 or 3 nice yellow bananas. And also you want to have an additional banana to the side to use as a garnish on top of your pie at the ends, or either individual slices of the pie. And so I just go on and I cut the pieces. You want to have your banana slices about the thickness, if you put 3/4 and you stacked 3/4 together, about that thickness is how I'm cutting my bananas. And you want to make sure that you go all the way to the edge like I'm doing there and do a nice even layer of the bananas. Next, while we have that, we're going to set that aside, and I'm going to put in 1 4-ounce pack of the instant vanilla pudding. And so we're going to use 1 4-ounce pack, and then I'm also going to use to that 1 cup of milk. Okay, so you're going to use just 1 cup of milk to the 4-ounce pack of the vanilla instant pudding. Go on and mix it really good. We're going to smooth out any lumps that's in the vanilla pudding mix, and we're going to kind of thicken it up just a little bit till it starts to little bit turn into that pudding consistency. And so that's just going to take about maybe 2 to maybe 5 minutes of you just whisking it, just like I'm doing there. And the milk that I'm using was 2% milk, but you can use 2% milk, or either you can also use a whole milk. Either one of those will work just fine. So once it's nice and whisked up, we're going to go on and add some Cool Whip. This is an 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip, and I'm only going to add half of this Cool Whip. So half the tub of the Cool Whip. You add the Cool Whip to the vanilla pudding and gently mix and fold. And you see how I'm just going around the bowl and I'm folding like that. You don't want to be too rough. You want to be kind of gentle and just kind of fold the Cool Whip into that vanilla pudding, and you're going to end up with this nice pale yellow color. The mixture is going to be a nice pale yellow, and then we take that mixture and we're going to top our bananas with the Cool Whip and the vanilla pudding mix, just like this. And you're going to make sure that when you top your pie that you cover all the bananas from edge to edge. Also, when you are working with the mixture of the Cool Whip and the instant vanilla pudding, you want to kind of work quickly because the mixture is going to start to thicken up and set up. So you want to go on and kind of work quickly to make sure that you cover your bananas really well. And so I usually start at the top, and then that way if it starts to set on me a little bit, I can still go on and kind of move the pudding mixture down the sides of the pie, and it's easier just to kind of maneuver it like that. So once we have that, next we're going to put the other 50% of our Cool Whip. We're going to go on and put that all over the top of the pie and just spread it around just like I'm doing there. And you want to make sure that your Cool Whip topping is going to go all the way to the edge of the graham cracker crust and just kind of move it all the way down, so that way the vanilla pudding mix is totally covered. Then I just do some little wisps on top because as it sits in the refrigerator, it's going to set up, and so I just put little wisps for presentation. Next on top, I put just a little cherry with a stem, and then I'm going to have some cherries to the side, so that way the individual pieces can also have cherries on them. Next, I have some chopped pecans, and I'm just going to put some chopped pecans just a little bit right on top. And you can definitely cover the entire pie with chopped pecans. I just put a little bit just for like a small garnish, and I will have some to the side if anybody wants some on their individual pieces. Now, when I make this in a 13 by 9, I definitely put more cherries on the 13 by 9. So we're going to put our pie in the refrigerator and let it refrigerate for 5 hours. So our pie has been in the refrigerator for 5 hours. You can also refrigerate your pie overnight if you like. We're going to go on and cut into it and see how we did. We also have our wonderful magic shell. I like to use the magic shell versus using the regular chocolate syrup. I think the magic shell just pairs so nicely. So to get the best slice, what I like to do is I take my spatula, I've run it under warm water, and then I just kind of cut the sides with my pie spatula, my little pie cutter there. I do the same thing and I rinse it off with the warm water, and then I cut the second side just like I'm doing there. Then you just want to kind of lift up a little bit and just kind of work your way in between the crust and the pie tin, and then we go on and we just lift it straight up just like that. Well, I think we did pretty good, y'all. Let's just kind of see how our pie has come out. Wow, it's looking really good, y'all. But we are not done yet, folks. Let's go on and doll up our piece of our banana split pie. I'm going to put a few pieces of this sliced banana right on top. I'm going to add a nice little piece of cherry just right there. This is looking so good, y'all. And then we're going to go on and put on some of our magic shell. Now I'm using chopped pecans, but definitely if you like walnuts and you prefer to use those, you can definitely use chopped walnuts if you like. And let's just go on and drizzle some of this nice magic shell. Now with magic shell, you want to make sure that you shake it really good, so that way when you put it on, it just has that nice effect to it. You see how that's looking? Well, this is your bite right there. I've got a nice bite for you. Let's get a little bit of that chocolate. Go ahead and take your bite. Okay, I'm going to go and take my bite and see how we did. Wow, y'all. This is so good. It is so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. This is going to be perfect for those picnics, 4th of July. This is just so excellent. Well, I hope you give this recipe a try. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love. Give it a thumbs up and click share. Share this video with a friend or family. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss a video when I share what I'm cooking and baking for my family in my kitchen. Well, that is it for me today, y'all. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.